it's me, Natalia, and there's this voice in here. And I just want to come and talk with you about that. I'm going to talk about when I look back at unhealthy relationships that I had, especially repeated patterns in these unhealthy relationships. I'm going to talk about the things that I detect now reflecting back. Things that I didn't see then that I see now, and because I see them since time has passed, I've made different choices and learned from the pain that came from choosing partners that my heart told me were not healthy for me in the first place. So in doing that, I endured some things that were not healthy. Yet, okay, I understood that that didn't feel good. It was painful. It was awful. It was even abusive at times. But I had to remove myself from that and learn from that and break those patterns. So I'm just going to talk about what comes up for me particularly right now. And the things that I noticed is when I was in unhealthy relationships, it was with partners who didn't accept me as I was. And that manifested in actions like they wanted to change me. Change the way I dressed, change the way I even walked, change the things that I ate, said that I ate too much, would rather for me to not eat, want me to lose weight, or, a person who took control a lot, like choosing all of the music, choosing all of the media, choosing all of the movies, and getting upset if I wanted to listen to something of my own. They can change the records, but I couldn't. Oh, that was really, really one-sided. That was really unhealthy right there. Relationships are two, and that means it's equal, and that means I understand when sometimes it's a little bit like this. It happens. But then, there's an equality in a relationship to keep it sustainable. So, both parties deserve to express themselves fully, with acceptance on both parts. So that was one other thing that I noticed. And pretty much it was just, also another thing I noticed is in unhealthy relationships in the past, and I'm talking about intimate partnerships. I don't like the word boyfriend, so I just say partner. A partner in the past with unhealthy traits in an unhealthy relationship was like a person who tried to steer me away from my truth. I have my own inner feelings. I have my gut feelings and my instincts, and I express them, and then the person is just not going to believe in what I express or believe in who I really, really am. Actually, it might even be scary and intimidating. Ooh. So that person would just try to talk me out of what my God-given intuition is telling me. So that was another sign. And that's just also not accepting you as you are. Also trying to change you. And I get concerned. I'm mentioning this because here in Hawaii, there's a bit of a spiritual community. And there's a lot of spiritual chatter and talk. And there's a lot of genuineness in it. And then there's a lot of people who are searching for themselves and a little bit lost and speaking of things that they really don't know about. And I get a bit concerned for younger women who may meet some of these spiritual people trying to act like spiritual guides, leaders, masters, gurus, or even just spiritually wise know-it-alls who talk in these, spiritual tones and dress in these spiritual clothes and try to guide them or lead them astray or heal their chakras or, see their auras or try to heal them with their sexual energy or something like that. It's just, I'm talking about it specifically in the part of the world that I particularly witness and live in. Don't know what it's like where you all are. Curious, interesting to know. But I do see young women, and I don't want them getting led astray from their core truth or listening to some guy trying to make a decision for them, think for them, tell them what to do, tell them how to act, tell them how to be, anything that guides them away from their core, being their core truth or who they really, really are. I see a lot of wise, strong women. It's just, I'm just going to voice this in this video as a concern because, yeah, that's what my voice wants to express. So, and then some of these guys, and this is not all males by far. This is all about unhealthy relationships and patterns and noticing them, and so you can end them and break them and choose what you do deserve, which is divine love. Some of these guys, God bless them, they don't know what they say, they don't know what they do, they're lost themselves, and maybe they feel empowered or powerful trying to guide some female lady, you know, in a way that makes him feel, you know, less insecure, less inferior. I mean, only somebody who would do that would be a person who would not love themselves. A guy, a male, or a female, anyone. But in this case, as a relationship, it's just like if a guy's going to treat a lady wrong, then he doesn't love himself. If a guy's going to try to change a girl, make her feel wrong for being the size of the body that she is, or the way that she eats, or the way she walks or dresses, or anything, you know, I mean, if he's going to try to change her, that's very insecure, or coming from a very insecure place. That's a person who doesn't love themselves because he can't accept somebody else. And I know no one's perfect, and I know we're all learning. It's just, this is me talking from my past, you know, and coming from a definitely different perspective now. Oh, yes. So some of these, you know, people who are trying to guide the girls away from their core truth, it's like they don't know what they say, they don't know what they do. They're lost themselves, and they're trying to, you know, have a female partner, you know, do what they say. And, you know, when the girl needs to listen to her gut instincts and stand up for herself, she knows what's right for herself. Please listen to your inner voice. You know when you're in a situation and they say or do something, or someone says or does something, and you know it doesn't feel right. Don't sit there and endure it. I know it can be difficult to pull yourself away from it. It can be very, very hard. It can be very, very... It just takes so much to pry yourself away from that old unhealthy pattern addiction with a little bit of pleasure in it that makes you might want to stay. But it's not worth it. You need to feel right in here. So it just takes so much effort to pry yourself away from those things. But you know what? Stand. In the end, you'll still be you. One has done all the things you've set out to do. Stand. You know, you'll feel good that you did it for yourself and not for some relationship that wasn't going to do you good in the first place. So that's what my voice has to say. Thank you. I hope this helps you somehow, some way.